from other things. She will bless you with a safe landing to cleanse the last of the miasma. This I promise. Really? Please, trust me. So what do we do after we get down there? To put it shortly, just show your courage.
It's an easy fight.
Looks like we had a pretty soft landing, but there's still a battle waiting for us. Come on, get them and shit. A pretty easy battle. What, is there no puzzle here?
It is, yeah.
Let me put... Want. Hello there, my dear guardian girl. I don't even remember the voice I had. I have good news and bad news regarding the furnace. What would you like to hear first? Let's hear the bad news. The bad news is the Batu are still poking around inside the furnace. They are very much seem to be searching for a way to get their grubby hands on the core. The good news is the core hasn't suffered much damage, so I can take care of it myself. Obviously the Batu would be none pleased to hear that. But if we let them meddle any further, the power will get out of control, and this entire island will be blowing sky high with us still on it. However, if we focus solely on the Vitui, the energy built up inside the containment dome will eventually reach its limit all the same. So we need to deal with both of them at the same time. Well, put simply, academically speaking, in an objective sense, we are facing two separate problems here. The Vitui and the whatever the hell that was. But with how the situation is inside the furnace, which problem we choose to tackle will likely to have to face the other in the process. So ultimately, the fact of the matter is... You mean to say yes? Yes, that's correct. We need to deal with both of them at the same time. But one step at a time. As the Wii saying goes, don't rush to eat hot tofu or you'll burn your tongue. How come you know Wii terms? We've been to Wii before. I consider this little gem of wisdom a souvenir for the trip. I have a lot more of these souvenirs where I came from. I must confess to having imbibed all my souvenirs from Mondstadt, though. They were really very good. Let's get back on track. I have a teensy tiny plan to fix this meat furnace situation, but I will need your help. You got it. Ah, forthright and ready for the fight. That's what I like about you. I wasn't looking at the screen and I turned around and Movine just broke her legs.
Well, hope you're not recording.
You gotta
Sorry,
get
what?
a game for kids and grown-ups. What's the problem, Arthur? I'm old enough to bathe on my own now, but my mom insists on getting in the tub with me every time. Makes me feel uncomfortable. What should I do? Here's a tip. The answer may not be obvious at first.
Everyone has a right to privacy. Try being more firm with your mother about your refusal. Parents know best. You should do as you're told at all times.
I'll take your place, Arthur.
What? What the hell are you looking at?
Nothing.
You're looking
I'm
at that
sad
weird
that
shit.
that's not the full version either, though.
Man, some of these electronculuses are just why are they almost just half of them are just under the ground in a place you can't find them?
No, right?
It's like the giant electronculus hunt I'm gonna have to do when I'm done with everything else is gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, baby. Why do I have to place beacons, man? The last time I placed beacons, I was freezing to death. Now I'm placing beacons and I'm freaking... my whole body be getting all crazy with this electricity.
Oh, hold up now.
Now I gotta go back to Xavier.
Don't worry, that quest ends like real abruptly.
How do you know?
Because I fucking did it and there was no next step.
How do you know?
Do I have a next step in my quests?
Maybe you're just blind. Maybe you ran into another glitch. Have you placed those beacons? Yep. Well done.
Yeah,
now all we
that's
have to
the
do
last
is
step.
let them collect the data. Are these beacons for sale? No, I'm not doing that. How did you know where to put them? I was part of the design team for the furnace. By placing these beacons in locations, we can gather data on almost all the areas inside. You know, if we set a purifying device in these locations, our travels would be over overnight. If Mr. Villainix knew half of what would happen here, he'd go completely ballistic. Alright, thanks for your help. Please take these as compensation. And one other thing, I may probably definitely need your help to help me achieve these beacons at some point over the next few days. I don't have a vision after all, so I can't simply stroll into somewhere with such a high concentration of energy. Not to mention that those, rough and tough Fatui folks are still here. I honestly think you are the only person on this whole island capable of dealing with them and the furnace at the same time. Zach, how do you know it ends abruptly? Like he obviously said, in a few days.
Yeah, okay, but you know this game. This game's gonna be like, hey, quest is immediately here, next step. Not actually fucking waiting a few days and not having the next step.
Hey, you little tanuki douchebag. Where we going? Asshole. Yo, where you going? What is this? Get out of there. Boy? I found you. Where? Hey! Little dickhead. He's just gone now. Now I have no idea what I'm doing. And you want to go outside and eat? Then go out and eat. Now, what is the next quest that I should be doing? Because I have no idea. How did I get to this quest again? Oh, right. I went to the Conjo encampment because I was looking around there for quests. So is there nothing else left at the Conjo encampment then? It doesn't look like there's anything left here. Okay, where else do I remember seeing a quest? I think there was somebody up here. Alright, yeah, there is somebody, like, down over here. Oh yeah, it's that samurai guy. I don't know if I want to... This one looks like it might actually be kind of good, and I don't know if I want to do it yet, though. Oh, screw it, I'm gonna do it. His name is Nameless. Hold on, I can totally, like, try getting a picture for this.
Okay, you know what? I just found a great fucking joke.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen an elephant in the tree?
No?
They're really good at it.
Oh, really?
Do you know why elephants paint their balls red?
Why?
So they can hide in cherry trees. Do you want to know the loudest sound in the forest?
What?
Giraffes eating cherries.
Damn, bro. Oh no. Oof.
The joke fucking hits you hard.
Big oof. And now I'm gonna talk to the big samurai guy and try and forget what you've done.
Oh, damn it.
Now I don't know whether to try and go with the why can't I find it? Give him a voice like that, you know, try and get a little, maybe get the whole Chinese, talk fast, get racist voice going on.
Oh god.
Or just give him the deep voice. Probably that. Why? Why can't I find it? What are you looking for? I'm looking for... I've forgotten. Each time I think I'm about to remember it, it disappears from my mind. Hey, do you know what I'm supposed to be looking for? How would I know? I just can't think. Curses. Curses! Why can't I remember? Think back to when you arrived here. When I got here, all I remember doing here is wielding my sword. As for why I was wielding it. Yes, now I do remember. I was executing someone! If you strike your enemy with your sword, blood surges like a river of red. It gives you a real rush. When was my sword last stained red? It must have been a few days by now. Well, at least you're here today. For now, let's leave aside the question of what I'm looking for. I'm tired. I've tired myself out, thinking about it for so long. But now I need to relax. It's been a while since I've brandished my blade. I can hear Ichika Dutsa complaining. Listen. She's calling out because she wants to cut you into pieces. Having a duel with you would make her very happy indeed. Are you okay? You can't hear Ichika Dutsu's voice? What a pity. Those who live by the sword know to listen to the voice of their blade. She's nagging me to get on with it again. Come, draw your weapon, and try your chances against me. Damn. So, Zach, this game's for kids, eh? What? Okay,
yes.
He wants me to... He just did the dialogue. Oh my... Whoa! What's this? What's happening? Bro,
This
they
is a
got a
very
whole...
important quest.
Shh, quiet, actually. Bro, they did the whole cinematic bars. They just brought out the cinematic bars during that for some reason. And gave us some camera angles. That was kinda cool. Why did they do that?
Because this is an important quest.
It's a samurai duel. Bro, what? Oh, wow, I didn't expect them to do that. That's something funny.
Yeah, really.
I think they're trying to meme like actual samurai movies right now. talk to the samurai.
I am defeated. I have cut countless people down, and have never once lost. Now that I have tasted defeat at your hands, I have bet and lost. I shall have no regrets, even if it costs me my life.
I don't do that kind of thing.
I draw my sword to kill. You do not? You fight strangely, and your bearing is far from normal. Not at all like those who I cut down. Which school do you belong to?
I'm just a traveler.
Unwilling to say, are you? It matters little. I remember doing nothing at all. So even had you mentioned your school of swordsmanship, I would not recognize it. Who was I? What did I do before drifting here? I no longer remember any of these things. I only feel familiarity and peace with my sword in hand. Someone as lost as I must be, doomed to wander this wasteland.
I can try to help you.
But not knowing even my own name, I cannot do anything but wander the world like a ghost. How can you help me? I do not know if I have family, or where my hometown is. There is nowhere for me to go but here. The only connection I have to that past is my swordsmanship.
Where did you learn yours?
My lineage. I no longer recall it, but it could not have come from nowhere. On this path, there is little hope for those who have no background at all. Even if one begins training hard from an early age, they cannot receive accurate instruction if they cannot pay a master to tutor them. They will have to go through many more twists and turns than the average person. Without a good sword, they can only go to the smelting plant to look for a discarded inferior blade. Though it may be inferior, they would cherish it, and even give the blade a name. They would train with every ounce of sweat in their body, and after many wounds and much persistence, they would gain a foundation. And yet, they would still be mocked. Without a friend by their side, they would not be able to go on. Wait, why does this all feel so familiar? I think I remember something. Two children wielding swords and sparring next to their family homes. A hut. Yes, they lived in a hut in the fishing village to the north. The hut was under a cliff and surrounded by a sea on all sides. They would take the steps behind the house to the slope to spar. Their blades might still be there. But who were they? Ugh, my head hurts. I can't remember. Didn't you say that you would help me? Then please, help me find those two sword-wielding children and bring me their swords. I think their swords may be related to me somehow.
I understand.
A samurai's word is his bond. I will wait here for you until you have brought me those swords.
I like this quest so far.
Who were those two children?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm liking this quest so far. I had a feeling this would be a good quest. Inizuma is... okay, you know what? I can definitely safely say that Inizuma has freaking stepped up their side quests for the game.
By turning main quests into side quests.
I mean, like... The only reason those cinematic bars were there for that was because I know for a fact they're just trying to meme, like, Japanese samurai movies. Though they should have just made a full cutscene of the samurai reaching to his sheath to pull his blade out, and Wamine just... She obviously wouldn't be able to pull her blade out like that, but she at least would just, like, do a motion for her sword to appear as usual. Another page. Wait. Those are the sword. There is a sword. Draw the blade. You haven't seen any sword-wielding kids at all. All we got is this sword. Yeah. Have you found the swords? I remember this. One of the two children used this sword. That child. He and his friend sneaked off to the smelting plant to obtain 2 identical swords that the smiths had discarded. The finest of blades were made there, but these 2 were of inferior make. So those 2 children, I remember now, they would be mocked by others for not being able to afford swords made by famous smiths, and for using junk. I say, as long as it can slay foes in battle, it is a good blade. Who in this world is born bearing gold and jade? Nor does the battlefield distinguish between the noble and the lowly. Samurai, have you ever been on the battlefield? I am no samurai. You have not sought out a master despite your abilities? Folly. You should. 1 strike, and 1 strike only, is all it takes for someone to fall, whether they might be a mighty general, or a Rory Ashigaru. But I cannot die. No matter how many swordsmen or ronin came to challenge me, I was never defeated. Those who are only swordsmen in name, they fled, or they were all cut down. You are the only one who has managed to defeat me. Curses. Curses! How did I lose? Curses, curses, curses! Again! We will go again! I will not lose this time! Damn, I freaking spit big on that last curses. Let us duel once more, you and I. Well, if you're ready to lose. Many have said this before Ichikaditsu cut them down. How many blows will you withstand? It's doing the cinematic cutscene again.
Same one or different?
It's the same thing. But this time Mumin doesn't look down as she did earlier. She looks determined in this one.
What's one more?
Get them! By royal decree! Nice and spicy!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Go as far! Odds repeat!
You have defeated me. Again. Will you not tell me where you learned your swordsmanship from? I've told you, I'm a traveler. Do all true masters hide their true selves like this? Never mind, I shall not pry. It has been so long since I felt this fulfilled, discarding all pointless thought and giving myself over to the blade. How strange. My body remembers this refreshing feeling as well. It's almost like I could gain acceptance, own everything in this world, when I was wielding my sword, when my all was focused on winning victory. Yes, that's right. I once wielded this sword to saunder many armored bodies. I remember how I felt then, Mora and Honored could all be gained by the sword, as long as I had the last laugh at the end of the raging battle. What did anything else matter? To the victor goes the spoils. The spoils, the glory. So I had such moments of satisfaction in my time, did I? When I was crowned with honor, acknowledged by my superiors, when the wine flowed freely. Wine. Wine. How could I forget the wine I drank under the moonlight with my companions? I missed that taste. You remembered. I remember now. I remember drinking wine together with people. It was a long time ago. I remember that we were inside a great encampment. Men armored and dressed in armored were all around us. We said
Don
something
Winery?
then. No, I can't remember it. Perhaps you'll remember if you drank the same wine from back then. You'll help me find that wine. I can. I am in your debt. Perhaps I shall indeed remember my past, if I drank the same wine that I did back then. Definitely not the Dawn Winery.
Don Winery?
No.
Don Winery.
Armored and armed men. Does he mean soldiers from an army camp? If we head east from here, we'll reach some land that's mostly flat. Maybe that's where the camp is.
Nah.
I really am liking this side quest.
Nice. I actually haven't done it yet. I only started it.
You've only started the side quest of the Samurai Warrior.
Yeah, I only started it. I went around and like got every quest. I haven't done them yet though. They're just on my they're on my to-do list now.
I knew I was gonna have to come back here.
Did you though?
Ask the soldiers about the wine. Why is there a civilian like you wandering around in the military camp? Do you know of a nameless samurai? Serving no master and slaying no foe on the battlefield. The person you speak of must be a ronin. There is no place in my army for such a person. Besides, order is valued above all here in the military encampment. This is no place for civilians to walk in and out of as they please. Please weave quiet, quickly. Asshole.
Yeah.
I hope this fragile piece will hold together a little longer. Do you know of a nameless samurai? I've never heard of some strange guy like that. You're barking up the wrong tree here. The Sangonomiya rebels are just riffraff. Do you know of a nameless samurai? Born to a fishing village? Joined the army? And that manner of speech? I think I know who you're talking about. After that last battle ended, a lot of folks went missing in action. That guy included. Usually people who end up unaccounted for have either deserted or, bought the farm. But that guy, with his skills, I don't think any of those riffraff from Sangonomiya could have beaten him. I thought he just fled. I never would have imagined he lost his memories and became a madman who only knows how to wield a sword. Well then, were you here to ask about him, or did you want to do something else? Please help him regain his memory. Eh? I wouldn't necessarily call losing your memories of the battlefield a bad thing exactly. You look like a good person, I mean. You came all this way just to help me out. Just to help out, not me. As an old friend of his, I would like to help, but as you can see, I have duties here, and I cannot leave. I just need the wine that he drank in the past. Wine? That's all you need then. I've got it. I'll give you my personal bottle of it, in fact. Back when he was still in the army, he and a friend from his hometown and I would drink together. They were both of lowly birth and would often be ostracized by those fools from richer families. He was a rough man who didn't care a whit about being excluded. He just threw himself into battle all the same. The journal at the time quite liked him, and raised both of him and his hometown friend to the rank of Hatamoto. But during that battle, I always come back I always come back to something awful whenever I think about the past. There's no point in natting on, so I shan't. Well, you have the wine. If there's nothing else, best take your leave. This is a military encampment after all. If you tarry here too long, people might get the wrong idea.
Okay, well, since I'm waiting for Winston still, I'm gonna get a snack.
You best get you some feedings, boy.
Yeah. I do have a limit though when I'm waiting for Winston, and when that limit comes, we're gonna cheat a little, okay?
Okay.
I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but it might.
We shall see.
We're hoping. We are hopeful.
Yeah. Yo. Did you find the wine? This wine, it's bitter. That's not right. I remember that the wine was drank before wasn't like this.